All right, for my first pick of the Week 4 Sunday six-pack brought to you by FanDuel, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens +3 at home against the Buffalo Bills. Look, I coming into this year, I had the Bills power rated as number one and in the AFC, and the Ravens number two. I was as high as anybody on. That's why they're my lone Super Bowl future. And my main questions with the Ravens coming into the year all focus on the offense. Okay, how will Lamar Jackson and this passing offense fare against the blitz? And the results are mind-blowing to me. I didn't think it was going to be anywhere close to this good. He had never thrown for over 150 yards with 3 touchdowns against the blitz in a single game. He did that in the first half 2 weeks ago, and then he did it again last week. Patriots blitzed him on 49% of dropbacks, and he shredded them with a fourth-round rookie playing left tackle who never played left tackle. He played one snap at left tackle in his college career. Just an amazing performance. And we saw it against Miami, too. Ravens I still think, are undervalued here. That Miami game, I think, is holding people back from they had a 99% fluky loss. This team should be 3-0 with 3 dominant victories over 3 AFC East teams. Other side, Bills, I think, have the best roster in the NFL. They're one of 3 teams that have a top 10 offense and defense EPA per play. But this isn't the same Bills team that came into the year. This Bills team is beat up. You look at their defense alone, their secondary is a shell unit. They really need to get Trey White back because now you have Benford hurt, you have Jackson hurt, and you're missing a Pro Bowl safety. And his replacement last week is now the lowest graded safety in the NFL. So that's something to watch because so much of what Buffalo could do was predicated on, when Trey White comes back, locking down the number one, and then having those 2 deep safeties that don't allow any explosive plays. You saw it against Miami, right? Bills were still doing well against preventing explosive plays. When both Poyer and Hyde are back there, allows them to do so much. So without one, could be some trouble. Defensive line injuries. The offensive line, and it's just not the same offense without a healthy Morse. You have a couple other guys in the offensive line that are banged up. So this is not your full strength Bills unit that came into the year. And Ravens, look, they got Dobbins back. I think they're going to get Stanley back. I keep saying that. I don't even know if he exists anymore.
Him and Shaq Leonard are just like on a practice field somewhere, just playing air football.
Yeah. And I think they might get Stanley back here, which is important because McCarry's also banged up and you're going to be going against Von Miller. But Lamar Jackson is playing on another plane right now, and he is in some kind of zone. You're also getting one of the best staffs and special teams units in the NFL as a home dog of 3 or more. And for what it's worth, Harbaugh's 48, 33, and 3 against the spread as a dog. That's 59.3%. Only 2 coaches over the past 25 years that are more profitable as underdog. Mike Tomlin, obviously, and Sean Payton. It's of 141 coaches since 2003. Harbaugh's 4-0 against the spread as a home dog over the past 3 seasons with either Lamar or Huntley. Both losses, he won 2 straight up. Both losses came by a single point. Average cover margin 9.75. Weather, a lot of wind and rain in the forecast for Baltimore, obviously helps the Ravens here. So I hope that the Bills come out here and say, we're going to blitz Baltimore, because in the playoff, this is how far the Lamar Jackson has come. At first, everyone said we have to zone him because we can't play man, because we need to be able to see him. He can't run, right? But then Lamar was just shredding zones. Remember how good he was in his rookie year. So then everyone said, F this, let's try playing man. And then they had a little bit more success. Ravens will have great receivers. Lamar was struggling with his accuracy. And then there was another added level to this. You saw this, the Bills actually started it. The Dolphins took it to an extreme blitz heavy man on the outside. And that gave the Ravens offense, and Lamar Jackson in particular, a lot of problems. Offensive line issues didn't help. Well, if you go back to that Bills playoff win against the Ravens, when they max blitzed a ton, they blitzed on 48% of Jackson's dropbacks. I think the Patriots were 49% last week. Pressured them on 41%, and their offense really couldn't do anything. Well, guess who leads the NFL in EPA per drop back against the blitz this year. It's Lamar Jackson. This passing offense is rolling. With the weather, their running offense will have an edge here against a banged up Bills defense in front of a raucous home crowd. I wish this game was at night, but I'll take the 3 all day here. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, love the pick. Took the 3.5 earlier in the week. I'm sure you did too. So follow us in the app at Stucky2 at Chris Raybon, so you can get those notifications as we make these bets. I
would. By the way, I would say for this line, I don't see it going back up, so I would grab the 3.
Yeah, agreed. I was gonna say regarding the blitz, I don't see them blitzing. I'm fairly confident that Buffalo will not blitz to the Ravens. I think that what they're gonna do is
I agree. I think they're only gonna rush 4.
Yeah,
I hope that they blitz.
No, they're not blitzing. They're gonna make Jackson go up and down the field. And he can, and they can. And the fact that you have Dobbins back, I know he's not full health, but the running game should be a little better. But yeah, I think they're gonna make him go up and down the field. They've blitzed on 6% of opposing dropbacks this year. They played zone on 94%. That's just what they have to do, not because of the opponent, but because of what's been going on with their own health. Like they have Von Miller. Yeah, they have Von Miller. They have enough, on the line. I know some guys are hurt on the interior last week, but they have enough there. At least they feel like they do, to just, and they have enough on offense. They feel like to just, okay, let's just make these teams go up and down the field. Maybe it's another one of these unders. I ended up betting the Bills Dolphins under last week. Didn't look good at halftime, but that Miami Heat, came through at the end. But this could be another one of those games where, everyone's looking at it, expecting fireworks, and, both of these defenses just make the other go up and down the field on longer drives. But there's no way the Ravens should be 3-point dogs at home. Like, the Bills are great, don't get me wrong, but like you said, they're banged up. Poyer did practice, so at least he looks like he'll be back this week for the Bills. And I believe Jackson practiced as well. I'm not sure if he's actually going to be in a game ready. Bates did not practice. He's in the protocol. Phillips still didn't practice. Deion Dawkins didn't practice with an illness.
Yeah, Morse has a big compression sleeve on. Like it's a banged up offensive line, but I really think missing Hyde here is the Ravens can really take advantage of that over the middle of the field. And his replacement Johnson was last week horrendous, and that is just going to be a big drop off until the Bills can figure it out. Now, when Trey White comes back, that'll help like everything else, because you have a lockdown corner. But for and the Bills' offensive line has not been great. They're still trying to figure that out. Like Roger Saffold looks washed to me. So we'll see. Yeah, you have to take 3 here, in my opinion. And call me a homer all you want, but I think I'm like 95% on Ravens games on this podcast over the past 3 years.
Yeah, you're pretty I mean, that's your squad. I feel like I don't remember you, at least since you and I started doing it, I don't remember you losing unless did you lose that Ravens bet when I went against you with the Browns and like Lamar got hurt?
Yes.
That might have been the only one, and I beat you.
That cost me the season. That was like the biggest fluke loss. I was there for the game.
Yes.
Oh yeah, God. Who came in?
Huntley, I think it was, right? I think it was Huntley. I think it was.
Yeah, I had the Browns. I had the Browns, and Huntley came in.
Oh yeah, you had it was a Ravens game. You didn't pick the Ravens, but you had. I had the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Ravens ended up covering.
Up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They lost by 2.
Yes, and I think you had the 3 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a brutal. Don't hate the player, hate the game, man. No, but I love the pick. I think it should be a lot closer to a pick. Baltimore is at home. I do think Buffalo is the better team still, but not by much. And if Baltimore does what we think they're going to do in this game, then it's going to be pretty much almost even, at least until Buffalo gets healthier.